Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is JL for those of you that are new here, and I'm so excited for today's video because we are trying another foundation out. I'm truly in like my trying foundation era. I say that, but I don't know how long this is going to last, but I'm really having fun discovering some new foundations that are on the market. I do have a few more that I want to try out, but today we are going to be testing out the viral TirTir foundation. This foundation is all over TikTok. Like, it is the word on the street in the TikTok streets. And I went ahead and picked it up, and I'm so excited to do a full day wear test today. We are truly putting it to the test because it is a hot summer, okay? This is a hot week, and we are going to see how it wears. I will say I did a little patch test yesterday because I wanted to make sure that it was my right skin color, because if it wasn't, your girl was not going to be wearing it today. But it did match, and I was a little impressed by what I saw so far. So, you know what? Let's grab our makeup brushes, let's grab our foundation, and let's get this review started. Okay, so the TirTir Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation is in the shade 34 and Pecan. So 34 Neutral Pecan. That is the shade that I'm using today. I might need a different shade like when I have a little bit less of a tan, but for now, this seems to be the right one. It says Mask Shield and Rich Coverage, so I think it's just supposed to be like, I don't know what Mask Shield means, honestly. But it says it prevents smudging of makeup in the mask. Okay, so if you wear a face mask, your makeup should not smudge. It should last for up to 24 hours with the mask on, and 72 hours just in regular wear. So that's what it says. But then it also says applicable only for 21 and ivory, so they might have only tested it in that shade. But if it's the same formula, the idea is that it should be the same across everything, right? When you open it up, this is what the foundation looks like. This is the TirTir foundation. It's very gorgeous packaging, I have to say. I think this is so stunning, and it like your eye immediately goes to it. And it's this really pretty like oval egg-like shape. You open it up and it just pops up like this. And then you have a little mirror up top, your little puff, where you can see, like I said, I had to do a little testing out. And then this compartment closes so that you have the foundation protected so it doesn't dry out because it isn't a cushion. So it seals closed, and then you open it. Now, when you get a new one, it's going to have this really great protective seal inside as well. If it doesn't have that, send it back. But it should have a really like sturdy protective seal that has directions of how you just kind of tear it off following the seam of the product. And then you open up and you have here. So the way that you're supposed to apply this foundation is basically you press in and then you tap off the excess here and then apply it to your face. And this is meant to be like a more full coverage foundation and all that jazz. So I'm going to do very, very simple, basic color correction. My skin is doing really well right now. There are a few spots I just want to like touch up. I'm going to do that really fast. And then anything else that I feel like doesn't really need the extra help, I'm going to let the foundation do its job. So I will hop away for 1 second and be right back. If you're wondering why I am like color correcting and hitting some of the darker spots with some product before I do a foundation test, it's because when I'm testing out foundation, I'm testing it out based off of the way that I would typically wear it. And typically I'm not going to wear a foundation without doing a little bit of color correction and a little bit of just spot concealing on like blemishes. I know this is going to cover up most of the stuff, so that's why I left most of my face blank, but I just got the areas that had some hyperpigmentation that I wanted to cover up and make sure that it, you know, my skin was balanced and even out to give this a fair shot. So we're going to go in with this foundation now, and we're just going to see how it looks. So again, you press in and it comes off like this. You're going to dab a little bit of the excess product off on the top, and then you're supposed to just go in and apply it to your face. So something that I notice immediately when I apply it is how, one, this shade match is insane. Like, it's very rare for me to find a shade match that is this spot on. So this shade match is gorgeous for one. And two, it looks like I'm just putting on a second skin. Like, not in a creepy way, but it looks like I'm putting on, like, look at this. I mean, you can see. Gorgeous still, but you can see a lot less even. And over here, it just looks so even and beautiful and flawless. So I'm gonna go in now on this side, and we're gonna watch this transformation. And I'm just dipping back in as I feel like it's needed, as I feel like the product is kind of running out. Wow. Okay, dipping in again to get a little bit of the nose and forehead area. A little bit of this does go a long way. Like, I feel like this would probably last you for a good minute. This is also such a fast, like, application method because it has such a full, even coverage. I do feel like it's applying very evenly with this little sponge thing that it has. And to my surprise, it really is like just going on very nicely. Wow. I'm gonna go in and just touch up some certain spots that I feel like need some extra TLC, but so far I'm really impressed with how gorgeous it is. Like, it looks like my skin, it doesn't really feel like I have anything on my skin, and it's not matte. I believe it's supposed to dry down to more of like a satin finish, which I love a good satin finish foundation. Okay, so this is what my skin is looking like right now. And I just think it looks beautiful, honestly. I feel like I got like an almost full coverage with this product so far, so I'm very impressed. All right, so I'm gonna go and apply the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. All right, my makeup is done and all of the products applied beautifully on top of this foundation. I'm so happy with how this foundation is looking. I am going to be wearing this foundation for a full day, doing a full day wear test, and I will be back later on to tell you all how it held up. So yeah, let's go have a good day. This is a good makeup day. I am happy. I'll see you all in a few hours. All right, y'all, so I am here to wrap it up. I have been wearing this makeup for over 12 hours at this point. I am tired and exhausted. I feel like you can kind of see that. Although I will say I feel like the makeup still looks good. So let's actually get into it. So this is what my face is looking like after my 12+ hour day. I have to say, I think that overall it looks really good. Obviously, I'm very oily. The only touching up I did at all was I just picked up my concealer brush. I didn't have any product on it. It's literally from this morning. And I just tapped out in the area where I noticed some product was starting to lift. I get super oily in this area and I was hot and sweaty at different points today. So that's the only area. And then I did just take a little tissue and kind of dab, dab, dab. But oil has collected again. So in this T-zone area, for me to start having like just now product breakdown after like 12+ hours, that's actually really impressive because I can have some foundations on me that this will break down a lot sooner. So this is added to those like foundations for sure that I know will last me a longer time. I was trying to decide if I felt like it oxidized on me, but I really don't think it did. I think it still is very much intact. The only area that's not looking amazing, like I said, is in my T-zone area because it's starting to break apart from all the oils that naturally gathered on my face. I have some smile lines here that are starting to peek through, and like I get a little oily like kind of right here sometimes. So that's kind of starting to like have a little bit of a peek through as well. But outside of that, the rest of my face looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, I'm starting to see some of the oil peek through, but overall it looks pretty good and nobody's like this close to me. You know, like if somebody's this close to me, unless I want them to be, they're too close. So I still think it looks good. I was still getting compliments on my makeup throughout the entire day. At the end of the day, after I've been running around and sweating and all the type of stuff, like I still was being told how beautiful my makeup looked. And so that tells you something that like actively in the middle of my makeup breaking, like it's not breaking down, but you know what I mean? Like the makeup isn't looking as fresh as it was this morning, of course. And I'm still getting compliments and I'm still having people like notice how good it does look. And I hadn't touched up at all at that point. So and that was after a good like 8-9 hours of wear. So we're at our like 13, 14, and we're just starting to see signs of like wear and tear that are like significant signs of wear and tear. So I will say I feel like this is a pretty significantly good makeup day. If you were curious about this TirTir foundation and if it does work, I will say that yes, I do believe it is a good foundation so far. This is, like I said, my first day wearing it, but I feel like I picked a pretty good day because it was hot outside. And even though I was inside for most of the day, I did go back and forth and I spent time outside. I spent time in the heat in different weather. So in different temperatures. So I feel like I was really able to get a good idea. And I wore it for the whole day. So let me know if you pick this up because I'm really curious. I'm going to definitely be wearing it again to different things. And I definitely think I will be reaching for this when I need a longer wear foundation on days like today where I have a long, long day of work and life. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all of the love on my last foundation review. If you haven't seen it, I will have it linked up here. But until then, I will see you all in my very next one. Bye, my loves.